Sophia Beaumont boards a train to escape her ruthless stepfather, but danger follows her into the very place she hoped would bring freedom. When an attacker corners her, a rugged cowboy, Lucas Winters, intervenes, changing the course of her life forever. Fleeing into the Montana wilderness, Sophia finds unexpected safety, and slowly, a sense of belonging, on Lucas's ranch. As threats close in and her past hunts her down, their connection deepens into unbreakable love. But confronting her stepfather will test her courage, her heart, and her hope for a future she never dreamed possible. In 1882, the rhythmic clatter of wheels against steel echoed through the vast Montana plains as the northbound train carved its path through the wilderness. Among the passengers was Sophia Beaumont, a young woman whose life had shifted from privilege to peril in a matter of days. With her gloved hands trembling in her lap, she tried to steady her breath. She had escaped Sacramento under the cover of night, leaving behind her ruthless stepfather, Harlan Boone, a man who hid cruelty beneath wealth and influence. When she uncovered evidence of his embezzlement, he marked her as a threat, and a target. Sophia believed she was safe, until the door to her compartment slid open. A man stepped inside, eyes cold, intentions unmistakable. Harlan had sent someone to silence her. Sophia's pulse raced. She pushed past him and ran, but the narrow corridor left little room for escape. Just when his hand caught her arm, a firm voice cut through the chaos. "Let the lady go." Lucas Winters, a rugged cowboy traveling home to Montana, stood tall, one hand resting near the revolver at his hip. The assailant lunged, but Lucas reacted quicker, striking him and forcing him to the floor. Panic spread through the car, but Lucas shielded Sophia, escorting her to safety as the train slowed for the next stop. Once outside in the biting wind, the danger became clear: the attacker wasn't acting alone. Two more men waited by the depot, scanning the platform. Lucas didn't hesitate. "Come with me. You're not safe here." Together they rode into the Montana wilderness, reaching Lucas's ranch just before nightfall. There, Sophia finally breathed freely. Lucas introduced her to his sister, Clara, who welcomed her with warmth, offering a bed, food, and safety, things Sophia hadn't known in far too long. Over the next weeks, as winter crept across the land, Sophia slowly rebuilt herself. She helped Clara in the kitchen, learned simple ranch chores, and found unexpected peace in the steady rhythm of frontier life. Lucas, though quiet and rugged, showed her a gentleness that softened the walls around her heart. He taught her to ride, patched a tear in her coat, and listened when nightmares kept her awake. But Harlan Boone wasn't done searching. Word reached the ranch that his men were asking questions in nearby towns. Lucas knew they had little time. Encouraged by Sophia's growing strength, he helped her contact a lawyer in Helena. The evidence she carried, documents hidden in the lining of her luggage, could expose her stepfather's crimes. With Lucas at her side, she traveled to submit it, knowing the confrontation was inevitable. Harlan arrived before the law could fully intervene. On a snowy evening outside the courthouse, he cornered Sophia, fury burning in his eyes. Lucas stepped between them, his stance unwavering. Before violence could erupt, the sheriff and deputies, armed with Sophia's testimony and documents, arrested Harlan for fraud, conspiracy, and attempted harm. For the first time in years, Sophia felt truly free. Returning to Lucas's ranch, her future no longer shadowed by fear, she embraced a life she had never imagined, simple, hardworking, honest, and filled with warmth. Lucas became her constant companion, their bond growing deeper with every sunrise spent tending the land and every quiet evening by the fire. 5 years later, Sophia stood on the porch of the Winters ranch, her infant daughter in her arms, watching Lucas saddle a horse with their young son at his heels. Their life had blossomed out of danger and uncertainty into something steady and beautiful. Sophia often thought back to the train, the moment she had been saved not just from danger, but from a life without hope. And with Lucas by her side, she had found love, family, and purpose in the wide, wild heart of Montana.